Got a letter yesterday from a gal named Jane S., who writes, I've been listening to you and Dr. Wallach for the past few months. I'm still wondering, what exactly are nutrients? And why is it that we need to be using the mighty 90 essential nutrients every day? Why do I really need them? Now, after I recovered a little bit, considering Doc and myself and Dr. Glidden and a lot of other folks have been talking about vitamins and minerals and the essential nutrients and how they work in the body for years, for decades actually, I thought maybe we need to simplify this thing a little bit. So the stupendous importance of the mighty 90 essential nutrients, which you get in the Healthy Start Pack, becomes clear and obvious, so clear and obvious that no one could ever question their importance. To cut to the chase here, nutrients are cell food. They are the foods that a cell eats. And in addition to oxygen and water, they're the only foods that a cell eats that the body cannot make. Think about the cell as a living thing, and like all living things, it needs to have food and oxygen and water. And it has to come from somewhere, or the cell's going to get sick and it's going to die. And before it dies, it's going to be unhealthy and dysfunctional. The mighty 90 essential nutrients that you get in the Healthy Start Pack are the food that a cell eats. Without them, the cell begins to get messed up. Ultimately, it will die. And this mess up and this death is what we call disease. And it shows up in our lives as pain and as suffering and as misery. Here's a take-home message. When we are dealing with degenerative diseases, any degenerative disease, we're dealing with broken, misshapen, sick clunker cells. And this goes for Alzheimer's disease or arthritis or osteoporosis or heart disease or autoimmune disease or any disease. This is so important, and it's the dirty little secret of medicine that you're not going to hear from your doctor. The cell is the key point of the disease process. A healthy cell is a thing of beauty. As small as the cell is, it has little substructures in it that are even smaller. Substructures that act like a skeleton, substructures that act like piping, substructures that channel materials throughout the cell. Cells are like little factories producing proteins and materials that end up forming the body. All in all, you got millions of working parts. Millions of working parts. That's mind-boggling, folks. And these millions of working parts are functioning in millions and millions and millions of chemical reactions every second. Degenerative disease is always the result of sick, broken-down cells producing the wrong, dysfunctional chemicals, which ultimately result in a messed-up body. And the dirty little secret of medicine that you're not going to hear from your doctor is no medicine on the planet, no drug on the planet, no medical intervention, no surgery, no radiation, no prescription drug can ever fix a cell. Pretty much the only thing that is going to fix a cell is water, oxygen, and the mighty 90 essential nutrients with a smattering of a few other things. Given the correct amounts of all of these elements working together, a cell will always be perfectly healthy. This is the miracle of the divine force. Given the right raw materials, a cell will always be healthy and live long, effective lives without doctors, without drugs, and without any interventions provided by the medical model. But these days, that rarely occurs. And over the course of a lifetime of bad food, lack of oxygen, lack of nutrients, environmental toxicity, cells break down. In other words, while a healthy body, a healthy, say, newborn baby has cells like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, a sickly person has cells of a 1972 Ford Pinto. And 1972 Ford Pinto cells make up messed up chemicals. In arthritis, joint cells will produce the wrong enzymes that degrade the joints. In Alzheimer's disease, messed up brain cells produce weird proteins that show up as plaques. In heart disease, dysfunctional 1972 Ford Pinto cells produce the wrong kinds of fats and disrupt blood flow. In all cases, the diseases that we end up is caused by cells that are starved, suffocated, and poisoned, leading to their dysfunction. And medicine and doctoring is absolutely 100% useless at changing or correcting dysfunctional cells. But the good news is cells regenerate themselves. They have a lifespan, they're constantly being replaced, and this is such good news. In the Bible it says, "Behold, I make all things new again." And this is the great testimony of the life force. It's the reason why we don't have to be condemned to our diagnosis. It's also the reason that I say that all degenerative diseases are at their core the same. I repeat myself all the time. Dr. Wallach repeats himself all the time. Because basically, at the core, the diseases we suffer from, regardless of what diagnosis we get or what name they have, are all the same thing, whether it's Alzheimer's or arthritis or autoimmune disease or atherosclerosis or acne or whatever. What you're dealing with is broken down, dysfunctional cells. The way drugs work is they somehow poison the cell. Only in your doctor's mind will poisoning a cell somehow make you feel better. Not in the body's mind. The body doesn't want that stuff. Only in your doctor's mind will blocking chemical reactions or knocking out chemical reactions somehow make us better, somehow make us healthier. All medicine can really do is knock out a cell, poison a cell, kill a cell. It can't nourish a cell. It can't encourage a cell. It can't sustain a cell, because at the tiny microscopic level of a cell doesn't need a drug. It doesn't want a drug. It considers the drug to be a toxic poison. But on the other hand, we don't need any of that stuff. Practice slow, deep breathing, exercise a little bit, relax a lot, and make sure you're using your Mighty 90 essential nutrients. Get on the Healthy Start Pack. Support digestion with the ultimate enzymes after meals. Use your Sweeties. Sip on your BTT. Use your Slender FX. It's all easy stuff, folks. That's pretty much it. And it's something anyone can accomplish. All right, our number, 831-685-1080, 888-379-2552, toll free. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Doc today. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Longevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound. Turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
What's going on, Douglas?
Great to have you back on. I've got a Reuters news story here, headlined, "Can Kids Learn More When They Exercise During Lessons?" They say building exercise into lessons might help kids get better grades, especially when the task at hand requires memorization. This is a Dutch study. They worked with 500 kids in second and third grade, giving half of them the traditional lesson, while the rest got instruction supplemented with physical activity designed to reinforce math and language lessons. After 2 years, the kids who got the physical activity lessons had significantly higher scores in math and spelling than their peers who didn't get the exercise during class. According to study author Marieke Moluder in the University of Groningen in the Netherlands, says previous research shows effects of recess and physical activity breaks. So I find it interesting that I just recently found out from someone that I know that has small children that they don't do like phys ed anymore in school.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and a lot of schools have even cut out, the recess where they let them go out and play kickball and all that stuff.
Come on.
Yeah, no wonder a third of the kids are obese these days. They say, however, we think that integration of physical activity into academic lessons will result in bigger effects on academic achievement. They added physical activity as a part of the instruction tested in 12 elementary schools. And the lessons involved constant practice and repetition reinforced by body movements. For example, children jumped in place 8 times to solve the multiplication problem of 2 times 4. The exercise group received 22 weeks of instruction 3 times a week during 2 school years. Lessons were up to 30 minutes, and they say they evenly split between math and spelling instruction. And they say in math tests focused on speed, there wasn't much difference in the 2 groups after 1 year of physical activity training. But after 2 years, the children who received the exercise-based instruction had significantly higher scores in math speed exams than the kids who didn't get it. Over the 2 years, it equated to more than 4 months of additional learning for the students who had the physical activity lessons. This was all published in the Journal of Pediatrics, and the same held true for the language lessons as well.
That is awesome, Douglas. I wonder if that means anybody could do it probably, right? You just work
I don't
out
know.
a little bit.
Maybe
whenever
I
you
should
want to study
start
something.
like riding an exercise bike
Yes.
while I do this show or something.
No, getting on a treadmill if you want, or on one of those exercise bikes if you want to study something, you want to read something, you're studying for a test, you want to memorize something, doing it on an exercise bike. I got to try that out. That is really interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was some interesting research. I recently, because of all this stuff coming out about sitting being the new smoking, they're
Yeah, I've
equating
heard that.
if you sit more than 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
both at work and at home, that's the equivalent, as far as the detriment to your body, the equivalent of that if you were a smoker.
I can see that. The converse is true too. Moving your body, moving the lymphatic system, moving toxins through the body to help eliminate them faster, to increase oxygen levels. As your blood is circulating through your body, it's generating an electrical charge. And of course, at the end of the day, we're electrical beings. So by upregulating or amping up that electrical charge through movement, you can get healthier too. I wonder sometimes about these simple little things that we could do to stay healthier, to keep our bodies healthy. We're obsessed with the high tech. We've got this high tech world where high tech medical devices and high tech diagnostic procedures and high tech medicines and stem cell technologies and the new immune drugs, what do they call them, biologics, all of these high-tech systems and treatments and ways of staying healthy. We're still sicker than ever before. Maybe we got to return back to the basics. Maybe we need to just be nutriating, oxygenating, breathing, and moving our body, or nutriating, oxygenating, resting and moving our body a little bit.
I think that's true. You
right?
look at most of us, at least in our age group, a lot of us, our grandparents were, not high-tech people. They were like farmers, and
yes.
And they lived into their 90s.
Exactly.
And then when people became more sedentary, now our life expectancy isn't nearly as high.
And they walked to the store. They chopped wood. They had
it was
to work.
uphill both ways.
Right, as my grandfather used to say. All right, you're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Doc today. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552, toll free. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. From Sweden, published in the medical scientific journal Brain, inflammatory changes in the brain 20 years before Alzheimer's onset. Apparently, inflammatory symptoms show up decades before the symptoms of dementia show up. And this just underscores...
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, this highlights what I've been talking about for forever, really, since I started talking about nutrition. All diseases are the same things. They're this inflammatory process that builds up and builds up and builds up, and finally disease shows up. But the inflammatory process itself is an end result of the same basic fundamental breakdowns: starvation, suffocation, and toxification. And what this means is that if you want to prevent degenerative diseases, whether it's Alzheimer's disease or arthritis or heart disease or whatever, number one, you got to make sure you're breathing correctly. And that means deep breathing slowly and inhaling, exhaling a little bit more than you inhale, blowing off carbon dioxide. As you blow off in the carbon dioxide in the exhalation process, you're not only blowing off carbon dioxide, but you're also blowing off other acids and other toxins. It's a wonderful way to detox, but most importantly, in the exhalation process, you're activating the body's relaxation response, the response. Just even making that sound, will activate the relaxation response. The inhalation is when we get our oxygen. Detoxification, making sure that you're keeping the body clean, especially from sugar. Sugar represents a major blood toxin after a certain amount that we need. And then, of course, making sure you're on the mighty 90 essential nutrients. This is the way you reduce the effects of inflammation. This is the way you reduce inflammation. And, of course, your mighty 90 essential nutrients, those go without saying, especially your ultimate EFAs. In fact, your ultimate EFAs, the omega-3s and the omega-6s, those can be thought of as the molecules of inflammation and anti-inflammation. The omega-6s are responsible for initiating the inflammatory protective process, healing process, and the omega-3s are responsible for quenching inflammation, for the anti-inflammation process. And between the omega-6s and the omega-3s that you get in your ultimate EFAs and ultimate EFA pluses, you'll get the basic building blocks of the inflammatory and anti-inflammatory process. And oh, by the way, got a question earlier today about the difference between the Ultimate EFA and the Ultimate EFA Plus. You ever wonder about that, Doug? We have the EFAs and the EFA Plus. The EFA Plus actually contains two very special omega-3s called EPA and DHA, which come from fish oil and are very important for brain health and for eye health, also for health of the nervous system in general. And they're especially important for pregnant women who supplement with the Ultimate EFA Plus that contains the DHA and EPA will end up with smarter babies and babies with better hand-eye coordination. All right, 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. I say we go to the phones. What's up, Douglas? First,
all right,
who's
let's
first in
head
line?
to Mario in California. You're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Mario.
Hello, how are you?
Greetings. What's going on, man?
I'm calling on behalf of my wife. She's on a blood thinner. She has a middle heart valve.
Okay.
And now she's struggling with asthma.
Okay, gotcha.
And trying to get around all that.
All right, there's lots of things. Got lots of ideas for you. You got to hang on, though. We got to take a break. Okay, Mario? I got lots of good ideas for you. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables. And besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.
This is the ZBS Radio Network.
Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll free. If you have questions about the longevity products or formulations or health challenges you or a loved one may be dealing with, we welcome your calls. We can help you. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll free. We're talking to Mario in California about his wife. Mario, are you there?
I'm
Mario?
here.
Hey, Mario. So
Yes.
Your wife had a stent put in. She's got asthma, circulatory problems. Did you say she had a stroke? Did she have a stroke or heart issues or anything like that?
Not a stent. She just had a metal heart valve.
A
put
heart
in.
valve. That's right. Okay. Here's the
She
deal.
was
It
16.
sounds like something's getting into the blood inappropriately, and the fact that she has asthma, in addition to the cardiovascular problems and the circulatory problems, tells me it may be something like leaky gut syndrome associated with gluten intolerance. Does she have a history of digestive issues, constipation, loose
Yes.
stools? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, that's what it sounds
All
like
of
to
it.
me. I'd be going with of course, the Healthy Start Pack. That's always the bottom line right there. That's your Mighty 90 essential nutrients. But in addition to that, you want to have her eliminating problem foods, particularly gluten and flour and starchy kinds of foods, gummy foods. Anything that's sticky in a pot is going to be foods that you want to stay away from, because that stickiness that's in the pot, like oatmeal kind of stickiness, is also going to be stickiness in the intestine, and that's going to create problems. That's how gluten intolerance works. But there's also other substances in vegetables and in grains that could be problematic. So basically, you're going to want to do a food diary, kind of keep track of foods and her digestive symptoms that are associated with certain foods, and then eliminate those foods. And then there's nutrients that you can use to protect the digestive system. Of course, the ultimate enzymes after meals. The Biolumin Nightly Essence is an awesome way to go if you have digestive issues. In fact, it's an awesome supplement for everybody, but particularly if you're dealing with digestive issues in combination with immune diseases like asthma and circulatory disorders. The probiotics, good bacteria, can help your body process fats and help your body process food in general. And one of the neat things about the Biolumin Nightly Essence, and it's why it's my favorite probiotic, is that it has, in addition to all those wonderful juicy bacteria, it's got digestive enzymes as well, and it also has blood cleaning enzymes, particularly something called nattokinase, which can be helpful. She also maybe want to practice try the Swero V cleanse. Use the Swero V, half a bottle every hour for 1 day or 2 days or even 3 days, and cleanse your body out. Maybe do it once a month or so. And then also the probiotic cheese from Jordan Rubin. That's a nice way to go. Not only do you get the probiotics, but also you get some of the health benefits of cheese. And there are some interesting health benefits for cheese. Cheese has got something in it called MCT fat. And that MCT fat functions as an appetite suppressant and also can provide fuel for the heart. So using the probiotic-enriched cheese in addition to the Swero V might not be a bad idea. I would also try the Ultimate Enzymes on an empty stomach. When you take them on an empty stomach, they will help clean your blood, and they also have anti-pain effects too, and anti-inflammatory effects as well. So using the Ultimate Enzymes with meals and also on an empty stomach. Last but not least, the Fucoid Z is a wonderful blood tonic. It'll help thin the blood a little bit and provide more oxygen, help the blood provide more oxygen to the cells. Thanks for your call, Mario. Hope we helped you out, and good luck with everything with your wife. Who's next on the line, Doug?
All right, let's head to Georgia. And Shala, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hi, Shala.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good to talk to you. What's going on?
I'm calling for a friend, and she has pain all over her body.
Oh, that's not good.
She has stiffness in her body when she wakes up in the morning.
Okay.
And sometimes she complains that when she's walking, she feels like she wants to fall.
Okay, here you go.
She was...
Shala, I got to take a break here. But I want you to hang on through the break. But while you're on the break, I want to ask you a question. And then when we come back, I want to know what the answer is, what you can tell me. What is the one thing that travels throughout the body? So that if you have pain and discomfort from head to toe throughout the body, what's the one part of your system, one part of your body that travels from head to toe? And I'll ask you can answer that when we come back from our break, Shala, because that's a clue to how you're going to deal with this issue. We're talking to Shala. Are you there, Shala?
Yeah.
Shala? Shala? Do we have Shala?
I'm here.
You're there. You're just laughing at me, aren't you? Shala, what's the one thing that travels from head to toe in your body?
I would say blood.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. So whenever you have a problem throughout your body, and this is not uncommon, by the way, fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome or just overall pain and discomfort from head to toe, it's a classic sign of blood toxicity. And it shouldn't be a surprise. All of us have some degree of it. So then the question becomes, how do I address it? How do I clean the blood? I wrote a post actually up at criticalhealthnews.com about dirty blood. And to me, this is one of the fundamental ways that the body breaks down, is the blood becomes contaminated. And unless your friend is an IV drug user shooting up drugs in the back alley, which I doubt, there's only one way that the blood can become dirty, and that's through a broken down digestive lining. They call that leaky gut syndrome, and it's extremely common. Sounds like your friend has a serious case of it. So that means we got to start to patch the gut, and we got to clean the digestive system out. So everything we talked about with our last caller, Mario, is going to apply to you as well. Do a food diary, eliminate problem foods, particularly gluten, and floury, starchy foods. Even vegetables can sometimes be a problem. Certainly processed foods and sugar and fried fats, all the bad foods. You know the list probably. Eliminating those problem foods and eliminating foods that are particular problems for your friend. And that's why food diary is so important. When you do a food diary and you write down everything you eat and how your body responds to those foods afterwards, sometimes it's amazing what you find out. Foods you've been eating your whole life can be foods that cause problems. The way you do a food diary is you write down the foods you eat, and then you write down how you feel from a digestive system perspective and also from an inflammatory general pain perspective every couple of hours. And what you'll find is certain foods will trigger digestive problems, certain foods will make your inflammatory or your friend's inflammatory systems worse or make them flare up. Then in addition to that, you're going to want to start to practice good digestive health strategies. Do the Suero V cleanse, half a bottle every hour for 12 hours or for 24 hours or even for 36 hours. You can also use vegetable juices, which contain substances that provide a healthy environment for the digestive tract. Of course, the Biolumin Nightly Essence is a go-to nutritional supplement for the digestive system, not only because of the probiotics, but also because of the digestive enzymes. The Ultimate Enzymes After Meals, use a little apple cider vinegar with the Ultimate Enzymes After Meals, helps activate the enzymes. And then the Fucoid Z as a general blood tonic. And then, of course, this goes without saying, the Mighty 90 essential nutrients that you'll get from the Healthy Start Pack. I'd also be drinking some water, too. Water can dilute the blood. Drink a lot of water, I should say. Water can dilute the blood, and if there's blood toxicity going on, which it sounds like there is, not only will it dilute the toxins, but it'll help the body wash out the toxins a little bit more effectively. Thanks for your call, Shala. Hope we helped you out. Time to move on to our next caller, Doug. Who's next on the line?
All right, let's head to Georgia, and Julara, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Julara.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, I called last time, and I promised Dr. Wallach that I would call back with progress report.
Good.
But also, I wanted a question answered for myself.
Okay, can you speak up just a little bit, Jalara, you said? Is that your name?
Yeah.
Speak up just a little bit. Why don't you give me a little intro, give the listeners a little intro to what your issue was, and then the progress report, and then I'll answer your question.
Okay. My husband, I'd called for him initially because he was receiving pains from his pancreas, and he was losing weight. He's 6'1", and he was weighing 117 pounds. That
oh, wow.
was 2 weeks ago. But now he's no longer with the pain,
awesome.
No longer with the blood sugar going up and then crashing on
That's
him.
Awesome.
He's at 4 pounds.
What did he do, though? Jalara, tell us what you did.
Well, he took the Healthy Start Pack for the brain and,
the brain and body pack.
Yes. And he took that. And he took a Sweeties. I told him, I said, instead of taking 3 in the morning and 3 in the evening, take you 2-3 times a day. That way you will even out throughout the day.
Nice.
And you won't have these swings in between. And he's been doing that.
Wow.
He's taken 1 capsule capsule of selenium 3 times a day with that. And also I've put him on that shake that they use for weight loss, but I've made it for a weight gain. I've added heavy whipping cream.
No kidding. You must love that.
Yes, he loves that thing.
Are you using the Slender FX?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're putting the whipping cream in the Slender FX?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh my goodness, that sounds delicious. And so
Yeah,
he's gaining weight. He's doing better.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And
That's a great story.
I'm doing carbs with lots of protein for his breakfast and for his break at the 2:30. And I don't have anything with gluten. I took all gluten out. I've been that way since
Good for you.
January 1st, and for myself too.
Okay, Jalara, hang on. Are you a distributor? Are you using selling the longevity products?
Yes,
Good.
I am. I'm a CEO.
Good deal. Good deal.
I was convinced because when my friend brought it to me and she told me that, I said, which doctor is this? And she said, Dr. Joe Wallach. And I said, I want it. I've heard about him. I've had the Dead Doctors Don't Lie cassette tape since the 90s. And I said, I wanted to get on some of his stuff. And I told her, I said, yeah, let's do the CEO.
What would you tell somebody, Jalara, what would you tell somebody who's on the bubble, on the fence? They weren't sure, yes, no, they were kind of thinking about it. What would you tell them?
Well, from my perspective and regaining kidney function, yes. I was down to 24% kidney function. This does work. And
That's awesome.
If you're wanting to be on the fence, that's a stupid move of indecision because, you're playing with your health. Russian roulette does not work.
That's awesome testimony. Hey, Jalara, I think we got the music going. We got to take a break, so don't go away. I want to answer your question, okay? You still have a question, right?
Yes, I still do. It's about hormone balancing.
Okay, I think is that the music, Douglas? I think I hear the music in the background there. I think we're coming up to a break. Are we coming up to a break, Doug? Okay, Jalar, so continue. We got about a minute here. Tell me, what's your question here?
Well, it's about, I'm estrogen dominant, and
Okay.
I want to know the things that I should take
Okay.
in order not to be estrogen dominant and pull up my progesterone level.
Gotcha. Well, one of the biggest problems with estrogen dominance is sugar. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you're keeping your sugar stable. And that would involve the sweeties after all your meals. Make sure you're using the Fucoid Z probably with your meals and sipping on some Beyond Tangy Tangerine with your meals too. This is a neat little strategy that I discovered a little accidentally, but it works very effectively. If you sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine with your meals, not only will it help stabilize your blood sugar, but you'll find that you're eating less food, which is another fringe benefit. Use the Slender FX as much as you can, maybe 2 or 3 times a day so you're not snacking. And then, of course, the Healthy Start Pack, that goes without saying. I got a couple more things for you if you hang tight. There's a couple more nutritional supplements that can help you stabilize your hormones and balance out your estrogens. Don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Okay, we're back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey. We're talking to Jalara about balancing out her estrogen. You there, Jalara?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going through the change, actually.
Okay, let me get you some ideas here. You first of all, stabilize the blood sugar. That's important. Second of all, you want to make sure you're on the Healthy Start Pack, particularly the Ultimate EFAs, which are wonderful for helping balance out hormones. We talked earlier about how they balance inflammation and anti-inflammation. They also help balance out estrogen and progesterone. So making sure you're using your ultimate EFAs, I would be using 9 a day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 in the evening. If you notice that you bloat or feel a little discomfort, abdominal discomfort after you take your EFAs, you want to take them with food and also with a little bit of the ultimate enzymes, which also have anti-inflammatory properties in addition to helping you digest your fats and process your fats. And then you might want to try the Envision Balance Cream, which is a 2.0 version of the old progesterone cream. Some of you guys may remember the old progesterone cream. This one contains twice the wild yam of the old progesterone cream. It also has DHEA in it, which can help you balance your hormones, as well as vitamins A, E, and D, and of course your colloidal minerals. And then last but not least, you might want to try the Women's FX, which is made with something called black cohosh in addition to the trace minerals and wild yam, all of which can have a nice balancing effect on your hormones. Thanks for your call, Jalara. Hope we helped you out, and thanks for that success story. That is super duper awesome. Really appreciate that. All right, 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. Who's next on the line, Doug?
Let's head to Washington State, and David, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, David.
Hey, Ben.
Hey there.
How are you?
Doing good. How are you, sir?
Thank you. I have listened to you in the past, and I really enjoyed some of your shows.
Appreciate
I was
that.
taking some notes from the beginning. One of the questions I had seen you being interviewed on YouTube was puffy eyes. You had addressed dark circles and or puffy eyes. And I was kind of caught by that because you said it was more or less a sign of an internal problem. And
not more or less. It is a sign of it.
And so I was concerned about that because I started the Healthy Start Packs. I'm 6'7", about 195. So I take two of them per day.
Okay.
And I noticed...
Two what? Hang on. Sorry, David. Two what?
Oh, the Start Packs.
You take two Start... I don't understand what you're saying. You don't take two Start Packs.
That would mean like one Healthy Start Pack would be one thing of Tingy Tangerine and EFAs and...
You do it twice a day, in other words. In other words, you do it twice.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Correct. Now, what I noticed is that my puffy eyes went down some.
Good.
But not all the way.
Okay.
And so I thought, well, in my history, and we know that, it's not genetic, it's nutrition, but in my past history, they had signs of possible stroke. And I thought, well, maybe I have a circulatory issue sensitivity.
Yes, sir. It's a circulatory problem.
So what could I do? And again, I was taking notes. One of the things that I haven't been doing in the last 6 years is exercising, and I was very active as a young man up into my mid-40s.
You're answering your own question, David. We're going to use you as a substitute host on this program. You're answering everything. You know what to do. It's a circulatory problem. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. But here's the deal, David. It's a circulatory issue, and I get so upset when I hear people selling you creams, talking about creams for puffy eyes. Puffy eyes are not a skin condition. It has nothing to do with the skin. It's a sign that the blood isn't moving correctly, and if you're at risk for stroke, David, this is a serious thing. This is something that you want to really be paying attention to. You're on the right track for sure, and as you said, the puffiness has subsided a little bit, but it's not completely subsided, so we want to get to a few more strategies. First of all, we talked about leaky gut syndrome earlier, and this is the main reason why the blood becomes sticky and cloggy. Stuff gets in through a leaky gut, so I'd be working on the digestive system first and foremost. All right, that means all the things we talked about on this program for the last 3 or 4 callers. Digestive enzymes, the ultimate enzymes, the biolumin nightly essence, eliminating problem foods. Please do not underestimate the importance of eliminating foods like gluten or floury foods or starchy foods, foods that cause digestive distress. We're running out of time here. I'm sorry, David. So I'll just go real quickly here. Make sure you're exercising. You're absolutely 100% correct. You've got to get on a treadmill or a mini trampoline. Buy yourself a mini trampoline. It costs you about $60 and jump up and down on the trampoline for a minute or two in the morning, a minute or two at night. Practice slow, deep breathing. Wonderfully important for helping improve circulation. And don't forget your ultimate EFAs. I'd be doing 9 of them a day. I think you said twice a day you're doing it. But I'd be doing 9 capsules a day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night. I'm sorry I'm rushing through this thing, but we're just flat out of time. Thanks.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
Fish has been thought of as a brain food for eons. But it's not the fish that's key. It's actually the essential fatty acids, EFAs, or omega-3s found in fish, called essential because they're necessary for good health and your body can't make them. So they must be consumed through diet or supplementation. Youngevity has developed the perfect supplement in SmartFX, an acronym for Sustained Memory and Retrieval Time, a concentration of DHA and EPA, both members of the omega-3 family, supporting neural path function and cardiovascular health for optimal mental concentration, awareness, focus, and agility. If you've got a mentally demanding career, you're a student crunching for the big test, or just want to maintain health for a sense of well-being, try SmartFX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
If you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or the metabolic syndrome, and you're tired of seeing your blood glucose levels rise and fall like a ship on the ocean, but you don't want to take those drugs the rest of your life, Youngevity has an alternative. A product called Sweeties has been developed just for you. Used as part of your regular diet, Sweeties helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels, a formulation specially designed to nutritionally assist your body with the regulation of your blood sugar level. Sweeties supports healthy glucose metabolism because it's fortified with aspartic acid, chromium, and vanadium, all to help you promote healthy blood sugar levels. If you want to get off those drugs and control your blood sugar metabolism naturally, try Youngevity's Sweeties product. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. If you're up several times every night to go to the bathroom, have frequent urination during the day, feel like you have to urinate but then have difficulty getting a stream going, have leaking, dribbling, or urgency to the point a restroom must always be nearby, you may have an enlarged prostate. According to the National Kidney Foundation, by age 60, more than half of all men have an enlarged prostate, or BPH. By age 85, that number is 90%, according to the American Urological Association. Ultimate ProstFX from Youngevity has been developed for nutritional support of the prostate gland. ProstFX promotes prostate health and supports healthy prostate function. Stop sprinting to the restroom and avoid those embarrassing moments with ProstFX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I got to tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local Youngevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.